In the woods of Ohio, silence isn't just a lack of noise. It's a warning. For Martha, the last 10 years have been peaceful. No intruders, no strange noises, and most importantly, no loneliness. She always felt like someone was watching over her, protecting her, keeping the world outside from getting in. But tonight, Martha is going to find out why the woods have been so quiet and why nothing has ever dared to break into this house. Because something was already inside. Buster was a gift, a companion to fill the void left by her late husband. For a decade, he was the perfect shadow. Too perfect. Neighbors often commented on how well-behaved he was. He never barked at the mailman. He never growled at the shadows. He just observed, with a gaze that felt heavy, like he was memorizing the rhythm of Martha's heartbeat.
Oh, you scared me, Buster. How do you move so quietly, boy?
It was 3:15 a.m. when the habit changed. Usually, Martha would hear the familiar thump of Buster jumping off the bed to go outside. But tonight, there was no thump, only the sound of something heavy, sliding. Martha stood frozen. The sliding sound had stopped the moment her bedroom door opened. Her heart hammered against her ribs, a rhythm of pure, cold dread. She exhaled. A mouse. Just a tiny, insignificant intruder in the walls of an old Ohio home. The tension in her shoulders melted away. There he was. Buster, her silent guardian. He didn't bark at the mouse. He didn't even turn his head when Martha entered the room. He was still, like a statue carved from golden fur. Martha, whispering, "Did the mouse wake you up too, boy? It's okay. Go back to sleep." Martha went back to bed, comforted by the lie she just told herself. She didn't notice that Buster hadn't been sleeping on his rug at all. The spot was cold. It wasn't until the next morning that the first real glitch appeared. Not a sound, not a shadow, but a gift. Dogs hunt. Dogs bring trophies to their masters. But dogs don't arrange their prey in chronological order. And they certainly don't skin them before they bring them inside. The rabbits on the porch were just the beginning. Martha tried to convince herself it was a fluke, a stray cat, a trick of the mind. But the heaviness in the house was becoming impossible to ignore. She noticed the small things first, the way Buster stopped panting. Dogs pant to cool down, but Buster's chest was always still. Too still, like he was holding his breath, waiting for her to look away. Then came the wait. Martha woke up in the middle of the night, feeling a heavy pressure at the foot of her bed. It was Buster, as usual. But tonight, he felt heavier, like 200 pounds of solid muscle pressing down on her legs. Martha, trembling. "Buster, you're getting so big, buddy. Are you okay?" He didn't lick her hand this time. He just shifted. The bed creaked under a weight that no golden retriever should possess. And then, the most unsettling thing happened. The tail wag should have been comforting, but it was wrong. It was too fast, too rhythmic, like a machine trying to imitate happiness. The weight in the house had become a physical presence Martha couldn't ignore. She did what any worried pet owner would do. She took him to the expert. The vet called it a slow heart rate. He called it lethargy. He handed Martha a bottle of pills and a forced smile. But as Martha led Buster out, she didn't see the doctor's hand trembling as he wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. Martha didn't like leaving Buster alone anymore, not after the hallway incident. So, she took him to the one place she felt safe, the church. The air in the chapel grew thin. It wasn't that Buster was growling or acting out. It was his silence. It was the way the shadows in the church seemed to pull toward him as he passed the pews. Father Thomas, low voice. He is a very unique companion, Martha. How long has he been with you? Martha, smiling weakly. 10 years, Father. He's just been a bit under the weather lately. The vet says it's just old age. Father Thomas. Martha, animals are mirrors. They reflect the soul of the home. But when I look at him, I don't see a reflection. I see a void. There is something suspicious about the way the light dies when it touches his fur. Martha tried to tell herself the priest was just being old and superstitious. But as she started the car, she noticed something in the rearview mirror. Buster wasn't looking at her. He was looking back at the church, and he was smiling. The priest's words were a poison in Martha's mind. She couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Buster's unmoving shadow. But tonight, the curiosity finally outweighed the fear. She followed the trail, not by sound, because Buster moved like a ghost, but by the flattened grass and the unnatural cold that seemed to linger in the air wherever he passed. Martha watched from the shadows, her breath hitching in her throat. Buster wasn't acting like a dog. He wasn't hunting. He was waiting. Suddenly, Buster starts to make a sound. It's not a bark or a howl. It's a series of clicks and whistles that sound like a radio searching for a signal. Then, he starts to move. He begins to walk in a perfect, geometric circle, over and over again. The movement was too precise, too mathematical. It was the walk of something trying to remember how legs were supposed to function. And then, the sound changed. From the darkness of the trees across the clearing, an identical clicking sound responds. Martha's eyes go wide. She sees another pair of yellow eyes. In the bush, it wasn't just Buster. There was another. But as the two shapes met in the moonlight, Martha realized the horrifying truth. They weren't fighting, and they weren't playing. Suddenly, Buster's jaw opens, wider than any dog's jaw should go. It unhinges like a snake. From inside his throat, a voice comes out. It's faint, but it's clear. It's Martha's voice. Buster in Martha's voice.
I don't know what I'd do without you, boy.
Martha accidentally steps on a dry branch. Both creatures stop instantly. Their heads snap 180 degrees toward her tree without their bodies moving an inch. The forest went dead silent. Martha didn't scream. She couldn't. Because in that moment, she realized the observer wasn't just watching her, it was learning how to be her. Martha didn't look back. She didn't want to see the grin on the face of the creature she had loved for 10 years. She scrambled into her bedroom, sliding under the heavy oak bed, hiding in the only sanctuary she had left. The house was no longer a fortress. It was a trap. She heard the footsteps, but they weren't the soft patter of paws. They were heavy, rhythmic. 2 feet, dragging something across the hardwood floor. The bedroom door slowly creaks open. Martha covers her mouth to stop a sob. A pair of legs stops, right beside the bed. They look like human legs, but the skin is covered in patches of golden fur, and the ankles are twisted. A voice drifted down from the mattress above her.
It's okay, Martha. A good boy always takes care of his mother. You're tired. Let me finish the work for you.
Martha watches in horror as a hand reaches down. It's not a paw. It's a long, pale hand with thick black claws, and it picks up Martha's knitting needles from the bedside table. Martha looked through the gap under the bedsheet. There sat Buster. He was wearing George's old reading glasses. He was humming the same tune Martha had hummed for decades. Tomorrow, the neighbors will see Martha gardening. They will see her wave. They will see her smile. And they will never know that the real Martha is still under the bed, watching her life being lived by something that doesn't even have a soul. Sleep tight, and remember, if your dog stares at you for too long tonight, he might just be studying for the lead role. This is the Unsettled Files.